My fellow Redlanders, over the past 2 months, our lives have changed dramatically. Terms that we've never heard before, like social distancing and flattening the curve, have become household phrases. We hold meetings by Zoom, pick up our dinner curbside, and when we do leave the house, put on facial coverings to protect one another. Safe-at-home orders have closed the doors to many of our local businesses, while those that remain open are struggling with the lack of customers as people shelter at home. Currently, we are working with the state and county government representatives and public health officials to cautiously begin reopening our economy under Phase 2 of the governor's 4-stage plan. This will happen slowly. It will not be business as usual. Certain businesses have already started to reopen, including toy stores, bookstores, clothing stores, florists, and sporting goods stores. Other businesses, including dine-in restaurants and many offices, will remain closed as we work towards Phase 3. Public health precautions and limitations, such as curbside pickup, will remain in place for those businesses that have reopened. Financial market volatility, record-setting increases in the unemployment rate, and eroding consumer confidence from this unprecedented halt in economic activity have drastically changed the financial outlook for cities like Redlands. The sales tax generated from businesses in Redlands make up roughly 1/4 of our city's general fund revenues. Coupled with sharp declines in transient occupancy tax, user fees, and business license revenues, Redlands, like cities of all sizes in California, is facing severe revenue shortfalls, while emergency costs increase due to the impact of the pandemic. A recent League of California Cities analysis showed that 9 out of 10 cities in the state are projecting that shortfalls will result in service cuts, furloughs, and layoffs, or all of the above. Now, that wasn't what any of us were expecting when 2020 began. We started the new year with a budget outlook that was definitely challenging but still healthy. We've had 12 straight years of balanced budgets with recurring revenues. Over that time, this City Council and others before us have built up reserves representing more than 30% of general fund spending. And while that was an accomplishment we can be proud of, we weren't satisfied. For a variety of reasons, police and fire response times were not what we want them to be. Public safety facilities and equipment were still inadequate and outdated. Each year, we were left setting priorities and making trade-offs that kept us from fully funding our library, park maintenance, and sidewalk repair to the degree that we wanted. There were always projects and programs left for maybe next year. But we remained optimistic and continued to plan ways to steadily address all of our needs. And we've always been confident that we were providing the best service we could with the resources available to us. Suddenly, our budget outlook has changed. The economic impact of COVID-19 will profoundly change the structure of municipal government and the way the City of Redlands delivers services to its residents for many years to come. Next month, my council colleagues and I will pass a budget that includes multi-million-dollar losses in revenue. Those losses have already begun and will likely continue for several years as a result of the economic downturn created by the pandemic. Public health officials and economic forecasts expect that the full range of normal economic and social activities will likely be delayed until mid-2021, when a potential vaccine may be developed and manufactured on a national scale. Until then, we can expect that social distancing will still be necessary to protect public health, but at a cost of dampening economic activity. With such sharp declines in revenue and continuing expenses to continue providing necessary public health and safety services, the City Council and the city staff have been forced to explore even the most unpalatable options available to reduce costs and live within our means, including employee layoffs and cutbacks, that will ultimately impact our ability to deliver services to our residents. These are painful, difficult decisions for all of us. Sadly, the current financial forecast projects not only budget challenges for the 2021 fiscal year, but the following year, 21-22, looks to be worse. Without new revenue streams, we will be forced to further reduce city services. We have already begun discussions with our labor partners, seeking ways in which they can help to mitigate some of the burden. And as we look toward the 21-22 budget, this fall and winter, we will be seeking input from you, our residents, to determine what priorities are most important to you. But choices will have to be made, and the City Council wants to consider your input thoughtfully as we look at additional service reductions. In June, I will deliver our annual State of the City message. At that time, I will go into all of these issues in more detail. This year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have canceled the annual State of the City luncheon, so I'll be providing that message to the community remotely. Please watch for the broadcast and streaming notification and plan on tuning in. The challenges ahead of us are daunting, but Redlands has endured tough times before, whether financial crises or natural disasters. We've rebuilt from fires and floods. A crop freeze in 1913 devastated the local economy for years and nearly forced the University of Redlands to close as financial support withered. Not so long ago, the 2008 recession created challenges that tested all of us and lingered for many years. Yet here we are. Our institutions survived, and over the course of our history, this city has thrived. Our strength has been and continues to be in our people. Be patient, look out for one another. We will indeed get through this together and always remain Redlands strong. Thank you.